only time I was ever excited about working in the garden is Dad one time bought a massive Ferguson tractor. Thing had tires that big now. I don't know about the holler boys around here, but where I was raised, anything with tires on it and a motor, we can get excited about it. You can take a cooler and set it in the yard, and if you can get tires on it and get it to roll, we'll ride that thing out of the holler. I'm excited about going to the garden for the very first time. Now, if we're going fishing, I'm up for everybody dressed, standing at the door, cooking breakfast for everybody, but this is the first time in the history of the Amburgey farms that he don't just about have to kick me out of bed, pull me out of bed. I'm up, I'm ready to go. I can see me on this big tractor. Well, Daddy goes up, and we had sold our pony. So that was one of the best financial decisions I felt like he ever made. I was excited. I was in agreement for it, even though it was my pony. But I'm glad we traded it for a tractor. But I get to our destination of field. He had a bunch of them. He decides he's going to let me and this fella named Pole out. His name's actually Napoleon, but we called him Pole. There's a dang mule. And I'm thinking, what's up? We don't own no mule. He wants Pole to do something over here, and he wants me to plow. Come to find out, with my Uncle Bill's mule. Now, I ain't off track. Some of you are very confusing to your angels. Well, I'm mad. Daddy's going to a holler called Little Doubles or somewhere other than that. He has gardens. Anywhere there's a flat piece of ground, he growed something on it. I was ashamed to be there. My other buddies was running up and down the lake in their boats or playing on their ball teams, and now I'm going to be walking behind this borrowed mule. Can you say not excited at all? I know I'm going to have to do it because Dad had a saying back then. He didn't tell you to plow a row. Daddy's old school. A lot of you wouldn't understand some things he says, but he would tell you to start on the first furrow. What that means is plow first row. Now, I always messed up when I plowed the first furrow, and he wanted a turn lane where you get that animal around and start the next one, and my turn lane would come out here on one row and go back here on the other, and I'd jackknife a mule with that thing. But I knew I had it to do, and I got behind that old mule. And what you don't think at the start of this, once I get into this, that I'm making fun of my uncle. He sat in the church more times and heard me tell this than any of it. He's been right there as I told it. So if you're soft-hearted and kind-hearted and going to think I'm abusing my uncle, I'm giving you warning, leave now. He likes it. He likes it. My Uncle Bill, who owns the mule, that I'm mad about being out there with. When he was a little boy, they didn't have a lot of money, so if they wanted soap, they made live soap. Bill was running around there playing, and he set a glass of water down where them ladies is making that soap. He goes around and plays and comes back around, and he picks up a glass that he thinks is water, and it's lime. He picks up lime and drinks it. I don't know if you ever used lye soap, but if you've got a stain and you can't get it off, lye soap will get that stain off. But also with consumption, my Uncle Bill, it ate his throat and his vocal cords up, and he can't talk. He's very country. Coon hunt and farm, and If you're family and been around him 3 or 4 days, even now I get to where I'm starting understanding him again. He's got grunts and groans and noises he makes, and once I've been around him, I know what he's wanting by that particular noise. Well, I'm about to plow with his mule. I get out there behind that thing and plowing. Hardest thing about it is hooking all that stuff up. It takes a rocket scientist to fasten this to that, have it long enough to where you don't pull the thing's head back, where it's got enough room to move. And they put a thing on its snoot that I felt bad over because it looked like something sadistic. Found out real quick one time, when you take that off, that thing will eat everything you're trying to grow if you don't put that back on their snoot. Anyway, I'm behind my Uncle Bill's mule. There's 4 phrases, and that's all you need to know to plow. Giddy up is go. Whoa is stop. G and haw is right and left. Not too complicated. But for a mad teenage boy that's sorry and aggravated and it's too early and I want to be on the tractor and I'm embarrassed that I'm out here, I get behind that mule and hit the straps and get up. I don't know if you've ever heard the phrase, stubborn as a mule. That thing walked about 3, 4 steps and sit right down on its hind end. Both front paws in between its legs. Now I've got 2 big leather straps that I can do this and hit it with, and I hit it with the straps and it sits there. I kick it, I cuss it, I wasn't in church then. I punched it in the nose, I pulled on its hair. I seen an old corn chuck laying over here, and I got that corn chuck, got a hold of them straps, lit that corn chuck, stuck it to its hind end, and it gets up and walks about 3 more feet. Sits back down. I burned a spot that big on that thing's tail. Well, I ain't plowed the furthest fur. I finally decide I'm going to the creek where there's shade. I can't make that stupid thing work. And Dad always comes to eat when it's eating time. He don't miss many meals. And I know he'd be back down there. And here he comes with the snacks of the day, Vienna and crackers. He's pretty disappointed I ain't plowed the first row. It's out there. Why ain't you did this? I said, I can't make it. That thing's crazy. They need to shoot that thing, throw it over a hill. You don't know it's stupid. Well, your Papa and Bill works with it all the time. I said, well, I can't get it to do nothing. I'm going to show Dad. I'm going to go out there and hit this thing so hard. I've done set it on fire and cussed it and beat it. I'm going to show him it won't move. And as I'm walking to it, it dawns on me that my Uncle Bill can't talk. I thought, oh no. I'm already embarrassed about being out here. I'm mad. I'm now half a day behind. It's eating time. And I just figured out how to make this stupid animal work. I'm a teenager that's ashamed I'm in a field. None of my buddies didn't have to do that stuff. I was embarrassed about it. I thought, I am going to kill this mule if this works. How in the world would Bill say? I get behind it and giddy up. No. She stood up on all 4. Oh, Lord. Not only am I going to have to walk behind this thing, but I'm going to have to stand out here in the garden all day and make field noises. There it goes. We got the first fur, and I think, well, I need to turn it out. What do you do, G? And no. Get on down through there and let's try this. How would he do haul? Turn turns that way. So the rest of my day, I'm out there. No. See, it's funny, but that mule knew all along how to plow a garden, and God has sent an innumerable company of angels to you that knows how to bring His word to pass, but they do not understand the stupidity that's coming out of your mouth.